that's good. All right, so we finally got the frame back. And I'm pumped to get started on actually getting this thing put back together. So the color is Kilo Gray. I think it came out really good. It looks dark, obviously in this light because the lighting sucks in here. But when you actually shine light on it, it's very shiny, almost like it's wet. All right, so the engine is finally complete. Got the clutch cover and the water pump cover back from the powder coater. They did them in, it's like a satin black. I got everything pretty cleaned up. Scotch-Brite. They do really good on cleaning all the aluminum. I got a bolt engine fastener kit. Basically comes with all the bolts that you're gonna need for the entire engine, and it makes them brand new. So it just adds that extra touch, making everything look good. I also have one over here for the plastics whenever I do the plastics. New nut, new washer. There were so many pieces missing on this motor. A lot of stuff's brand new. So from the get-go, I bought this bike off a guy for 500 bucks, and he said the engine was seized. So I kind of bought it on a limb. I just wanted a winter project, so 500 bucks wasn't that much. And I'll show you here. He was correct, the engine was seized. The crank, as you can see here, was completely melted. If I had to take a wild guess, just from the coloring and everything, and the way a lot of the parts were on inside, he might not have used fuel that had two-stroke mix in it. Just ran straight fuel, and it had no lubrication, so it just completely seized the crank. This here was the primary drive gear, or excuse me, the main drive axle in the transmission, and all the teeth on it were completely shot. We tried to save them, but this is hardened steel, so rethreading that was not really an option for me. There's the old piston. It's not too bad, but all right. So I got this thing. I ordered a wrench rabbit rebuild kit, top and bottom. So it came with the crank, the new main bearings and seals, basically all the seals and all the bearings throughout the entire engine. New crank, rod and piston, all new gaskets, came with the gasket kit. Let's see what else. The new drive axle, like I said. The transmission was completely taken apart, cleaned, and gone through to make sure none of the gears got chewed up. And then it was reassembled, and to be completely honest, I probably disassembled and reassembled this engine, I don't know, what do you think, like 5 times? Yeah. But it was a learning experience and I learned a lot, so, and it was fun. Let's just get, that'll be a little cut. Alright, let's get this thing in. swing arms on. What was I gonna say? Oh, okay, go ahead. So I went through, put all new bearings and seals in the swing arm, as well as the linkage. Kind of cleaned it up again. Scotch-Brite aluminum cleaner does the trick. All right, here's the shock. Again, I wish we were outside in the sun, which isn't gonna happen for a few months in Alaska, but this blue is really gonna pop. It's called Illusion Blueberry, prismatic powders. So I actually went through and I rebuilt this entire shock. Polished it up first. I got the Pivot Works rebuild kit for this shock. Basically just freshened it up, didn't do any valving or anything. Just made it to where it isn't gonna leak, put fresh fluid in it. Let's just get this thing in. Shock is on, and that thing looks killer. The theme is going to be like a little bit darker, but there's going to be a few small pieces that have, you know, some blue to pop, like the hubs over here. Both hubs powder coated the same color, Illusion Blueberry. They're gonna look sick. Like I said, it's gonna be darker, and then wheels will have these blue hubs. The spring has the blue. I got this Tusk clutch lever from Rocky Mountain ATV-MC, super cheap. I guess I could add that. So a lot of the parts I ordered from Rocky Mountain ATV-MC and motorsport.com. But just some of the things on Rocky Mountain, prices you just can't beat. So again, a little touch of blue added in. Let's get this thing in. All right, so the triple clamps, satin black as well. I think it just makes it look clean. I know you don't see a whole lot of them, but like on my 250, the triple clamps are black as well. It just looks good. And they had, like, as you could see from the original pictures when I got it, it was all like oversprayed, that pink sparkle, whatever it was. It just looked like trash. Also got Pivot Works new steering stem bearing. I actually had someone press that on because I do not have a press. So the new race and bearing and the seal is on. Pivot Work goes ahead and gives you some bearing grease. So I'm just gonna take some and we're gonna spread it across these bearings. Bearings nice and coated. Go ahead and rub the bearing race bearing.
Start tripping, now I'm blue. Mega man, I can't win for losing, cause I got too many haters, man. Used to be the paper boy, grew up now I'm mega man. Player 1, player 2, show your ass what players do. Up, down, left, right, hit 'em with a stronger.